Hello world, this is Nadira Baye with NBI Podcast, and I'm here to inspire you. We are at episode 14. Woo! Episode 14, y'all. We are here. Episode 14 is here. And before this one was 13. And it all started with one. That's right, y'all. It started with one. And it just takes one step at a time to make your dreams come true. It takes one step at a time to be disciplined. It takes one step at a time to thrive and make yourself feel alive. It takes one step at a time. So as I'm doing it, I hope you are all doing it. And you know, like always, the purpose of this podcast is to inspire you. So make sure you're doing one step at a time. Make sure you're making it happen. Make sure you commit yourself to greatness, because greatness is in you. You're created from greatness. So do your best, okay? Now, I like to give appreciation. So I want to thank you, God. Thank you so much to my family. I love you so much. My husband, my kids, my rock, my parents, all of that. Shoot what has everyone, all the listeners, family, friends. Thank you guys so much for listening and being in support. And yes, this is still new, but it's still such a great achievement, and I'm so grateful to be able and honored and feel so blessed to be able to do it. And I hope it just brings inspiration to all of you. And something I did not mention in the videos prior is to subscribe. So if you could please subscribe to the channel and just give me any feedback that I need to help me grow and to help me learn, because this is for all of you. This is for the world. This is for inspiration for those that need it. And I'm a woman, and I want to make sure that as women, especially for everyone, but women sometimes and young girls, it can be really difficult in the world, and not knowing yourself and not feeling beautiful and feeling insecure and feeling just not yourself and actually not knowing yourself. And I want this, my intentions is, lead with good intentions, is to bring that joy, bring that light that you have inside you. So this is what this is about. So, I just want everyone to just get that inspiration and know that I'm here to support you. So, which, a segue to that is the fact that about episode 14 is enough. The title for this episode is enough. And the two definitions for enough are: in order to degree or quantity that satisfies or that is sufficient or necessary for satisfaction sufficiently. And number 2 is as much or as many is required. Now, the reason why I chose this title for this episode is, I see a lot of women, a lot of people, young girls, women, like I stated earlier, that they don't believe they're enough. You don't believe you're enough. You don't think you are enough at all. You don't think your existence is powerful, and you feel small. And if you don't feel you're enough, that means you don't feel worthy. And that's a problem, because that's such a lie. You are enough. You are more than enough. You are worthy. You are more than worthy. You are all of those things. But remember, you are the things. If you believe that you are less than, then you'll live your life that way. So don't live your life that way. And again, this podcast is to give you that inspiration, to give you that jump start, to let you know that you're amazing, you're special. And you shouldn't ever feel that you're not. You just see people, people just not feeling good in their own skin, whether it's from a lot of things, a lot of circumstances, whether it's from your relationship, your job, your ethnicity, your race, your weight, your body, all those stupid things that people make it judge you on, and none of that matters. All of those things I mentioned should highlight who you are. No matter what color you are, no matter what size you're in or race, all of that is highlighting who you are. That should delight who you are, not take away from who you are. You're amazing. So if you believe that you are not the person that you need to be, and if you believe that you are not worthy and you're not enough, then that's what's going to show in your life. It really is. It's going to pour out from all of you. It's going to exude from you. It permeates from you, your insecurities. And that's not okay. When you see people, because when you don't have that worthiness and you don't think you're enough, you're constantly trying to please other people. You're trying to put others before you in a way where you think that you are not deserving of love, and you're not deserving of being enough. And you are. You need to show up with look, this is who I am. I love myself. I am strong, and so are you. You know what I mean? It's like real recognizes real, power recognizes power, but respecting each other in a sense to understand that we should all know that we're enough. We should all know that we're worthy. because you were created from greatness. Like, don't ever let anyone take your power from you. Like, if I had knew from a younger age, if me today versus me when I was younger, oh, please, it's something else totally different. And if I would have known where I was, today, as far as who I was in the past, man, I'd be my own best friend. I should be my own best friend. And that's the thing, is that you have to really genuinely love yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to love yourself. Back to the other podcast, we talk about self-love. It starts with you. If you don't love you, who's going to love you? Who's really going to really know you if you don't love you? You'll be like, well, that person loves me. Yeah, but you don't love you. And they don't know you because you don't know you because you don't like you. You got to like you in order to love you. You know what I mean? You got to really spend some time with yourself. You really got to love yourself. You really got to know who you are. The good, bad, and the ugly. We all got it, but you got to overcome it. But you have to really know and believe. Seeing is believing that is true. And you have to know in your heart of hearts that you are enough. You're more than enough. And I remember I was talking to someone very important to me not too long ago. And I said to this person, that's because this particular person doesn't feel that you're enough. And they feel that they could do, people could do certain things because they don't think you're enough. And, it was something you had to take, they had to take a step back and think like, wow, that could be true. And you're like, yeah, that could be true. But do you think you're enough? So then I questioned that person. I said, well, do you think you're enough? And they're like, wow, I didn't think about that. And they really had to ponder on it. Because on outside looking in, we all know you could assess a situation, not to judge. We can assess a situation like, well, maybe perhaps this is what it is. Because, you're looking at things. Remember, I stated before, you're looking at things as a window, what most people do, as opposed to the mirror. But I tried to make sure I was looking at the mirror and the window because I was saying that to myself, too, to make sure, I'm a reminder to myself of how to be and love who I am. And, just be forthright, be strong, be bold, but be kind and be humble. Because to be bold doesn't mean you can't be those things at the same time. You still be respectful. But just to say to myself, just remembering the old me that didn't feel that I was enough, that didn't feel pretty, that didn't feel beautiful. And I didn't think that. My confidence honestly didn't set in until about maybe like 7 or 8 years ago. Like I'm almost 40. I mean, it didn't set in strongly until, where I am right now. And thank God it came in. Some people actually leave this earth, unfortunately, with not loving themselves and knowing themselves and never believing that they're enough. And that's very sad. So this is what I don't want for any of you. I want everyone to know you're enough. I want you to know that you're more enough. You're special. You were created from greatness, which makes you royal. And you got to walk with that. It's not so much about taking away from other people. It's about loving who you are and being who you are and just walking with that and being that and knowing it and just helping lift other people to see that in themselves too. Because when you do that your life becomes that. That's what your world becomes. And God willing, that's what you attract to yourself. But if you do it the opposite way, where you're trying to take from other people and you think you're better than other people, then you're just ruining the world. You're just helping the devil in his job. And that's not what you're supposed to do. You're not here to destroy people and bring people down. That's not what you were created for. You're supposed to uplift mankind and make things better, not make things worse. So when I see women, unfortunately, and young girls that don't believe that they're enough, it just really breaks my heart. I see a lot of comparing yourself to others and pictures on social media, which is no true indication about the person in their real life. We all know sometimes a lot of people just post social lies, and which I call it, because it's not the truth. That one picture, when they're like a picture tells 1,000 words, yes, but at the same time, we live in the times where people could filter things out from what you don't see. And what you don't see is their real life. You don't see what's going on with them. But guess what? That's not your business to see what's going on in their life. You should be focused on what you got going on. For me, I didn't get on social media. The truth, y'all. I did not join anything in social media. Like, I was on YouTube, but I don't really consider like a social media, but a social media platform like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I joined none of those things until January 2021. No lie. And you want to know why it took me so long? Is because I was so against the negativity of social media. I was so against people being so enamored with it and obsessed with it. And I was so against the illusion that makes people believe that that's real. I was so against, girls and women, just women just believing that just the insecurities of your body. Like you have to have your bust size and your boobs need to be this big. Your butt needs to be this big. You need to be curvy, but you have to have the space between your legs, where your thighs don't come together. Like that's not real. You need to, you can't have the rolls. You can't have this. You need to have your stomach this flat. You need to look snatched. You need to what are you talking about? And then you have men that are idolizing these unimaginable women. That's not real. They don't wake up like that. They weren't born like that. To thinking that's real. And then the women in their real life, they don't even appreciate. So you have women thinking that they're not enough because the men that they see on social, men that their husbands or their boyfriends, whomever in their life, believe that that's reality. And then they don't respect the queens and the princesses in their life. And then us as women, we feed into that because we're insecure, because we don't believe we're enough. It's such a toxic pool it's just toxic. And I hate it. So that's why I was so against social media for so long. So against. However, when I realized that in order for me to grow, I have to take myself outside of my comfort zone. So that's what I'm doing. And I have to look at things from a different lens. And once I got on social media, I was just like, oh, okay, well, I could pick what I choose to see and what I don't see. So I chose to subscribe to follow. Well, I don't like to say follow. I want to subscribe to people where I'm learning something and where I'm gaining something. Yeah, I'll have some silly gossip stuff, maybe some celebrity, whatever that I particularly, they seem cool, whatever. I don't know them, but they seems cool, whatever. And hopefully I see they're doing good charity work, things like that in the world. Only God knows best, but knows what everyone is doing. But I would look at that and I'm like, oh, okay. And but for the most part, what I have is things that I can learn from and I can grow. And I'm Muslim, so a lot of my information is about Islam because there's a lot I need to learn. I want to know more about God so I can learn more about myself and be more at peace. That's very important to me. That's my foundation. So that's what I choose to see, and that's what I see. So it's what I choose to put there. And that's something to all of you, to all of us, is remember that it's what your world is going to be, what you make it. So if you believe you're not enough and you surround your people and make you feel that you're not enough, you're not going to be enough. But you are enough. But if that is your surroundings and that's what you believe, that's your mindset and that's your environment, that's what's going to be, unfortunately. But you have to change that. It starts with you. It starts with all of us. So yeah, there's certain things on there where I'm looking at other people's lives and I cut it off because I'm like, oh, that's cute, oh, that's nice, that person's doing this and that. But I quickly I bring it back real quick and go on to the things that are going to help me progress. Because if I'm focused on other people's lives, how am I going to grow? I'm not going to grow. And if I'm looking at people and women like, oh, her body, look at that. That's first of all, I already know. I'm very confident. Like I said, I believe strongly that I'm a very beautiful woman, and I believe that about all of you too. But I believe that, and I know that about myself. And I don't need anyone, thankfully, to validate me about that. And I want that for you too. But if you don't believe that, I'm telling you again, you are beautiful, you are worth it, you are more than worth it, you are worthy. So I'm saying that to you because that's what you come from greatness, So don't let anyone take your power, any light from you, but it's up to you. So if you're on social media and you're looking at things that are not helping you progress, you got to change it. And maybe if all your stuff is negativity and brings you down, then shut the whole thing down. If you have to remove yourself from social media, then do that too. If you feel addicted to a movie, the areas you need to grow. And sometimes you need other people closest to you to help you recognize that, but it's up to you. Remember I said step one day at a time, one step by step, it starts with you. So you have to be the one that's going to change that. And once I change my mindset as far as how I approach social media and I'm building my business and God willing building my business and all those other things, it's about what I do. It starts with me and my discipline. So what I choose to see is helping benefit me and my family and God willing my business. That's what I subscribe to. So I God willing become better each day, and it's helping. So that I feel I learn so much all the time. I'm on so many webinars and learning so many things because that's what I choose to go after. If I choose all the other stuff, then I'm not going to grow. I'm not saying that all the silly stuff, gossip here and there, we all do it, whatever. But don't let that be your whole world. That's not good. That's not good. You're not a bad person because you follow a celebrity or subscribe. Let me check myself. Subscribe to a celebrity or see something or comment. You're not a bad person for that. But you're not growing if that's all you do, if you let it consume you. That's where you need to make sure you look in deeper to see what you need to work on in that aspect. So when I said with social media, what I've learned is social media is a tool. And whichever way you choose to use it is up to you. Social media, in my opinion, is like money. Money is a tool. It's supposed to circulate. It flows. But whatever you're putting out there is what's going to be. So it's up to all of us to make sure that we're working diligently, putting things in our life that are for the best for us and for our families. Don't surround yourself with things that are not going to help you and make you grow. Don't. It's not, time's waiting for no one. And if you are wasting your time with things that are not helping you get better, you're selling yourself short. And you weren't created for that. You were created for greatness, and you're created from greatness. So don't waste your time with that, y'all. Please don't let that be your whole life. It's not good. And then you feel bad on it. And then, look at this person. And then on top of that, let's also get to the fact of the women. No shade. We're all beautiful. But when you see someone with makeup and looking snatched and all that, that took a team, that took effort. They didn't wake up like that. So as women, we know that they didn't wake up like that. So why are we even focused on that if we know that took a lot of time to get done? You know what I mean? Like, look at her. Okay, and you could do it too if you wanted to. If you want to do it, but don't hate on her. So what? She did it. Don't shame. You know what I mean? Don't even worry about that. That's unnecessary energy. Focus on things that are not important, that are not going to help you grow. But just, it's preparation. So why even get mad at that? Don't ever feel you're like, oh, she looks like, yeah, but she got a lot. She got whatever this one person has going on is, number one, is their business. And number two, doesn't concern us. And number three, it takes a lot of effort. And so what? That's for them. If you want to do it too, cool. Let it uplift you. If it makes you feel better, do it. Just don't put anyone down. And, and that's on them. But you're enough. None of that thing should have to define whether you're enough or not, because you're more than enough. And again, if you have anyone in your life that's what their standard for beauty is, and including race, I'm a proud African-American woman. I'm a Black woman. When it comes to skin tone and things like that out there, it's real out here. Racism is very, very real. And even with the lightening of skin and brothers not seeing that, they like light-skinned girls and things like that, and Black women not getting the love that they deserve. As a Black woman, out of all Black women, historically, we have been the ones that have not been given the respect that we deserve and the love we deserve. And especially my dark-skinned sisters out there, tremendously. And that's not okay. And the fact that anyone feels that they have the right to tell us that we are not beautiful and deserving and powerful, you must be out of your dag. You a devil. You out of your mind. You let them meet God when they come at you that way. I'm telling you the truth. Know yourself, love yourself. And if you are, I don't care what complexion, you're dark skin, light skin, whatever has to do with your heart, that's one. And just because you're a lighter skin does not mean you're more beautiful than anyone that's darker skin. Cut it out. God makes no mistakes. All the colors of the rainbow. What makes the rainbow beautiful? All the colors. So no color is better than any other color. Okay, so just remember that, know that. And I cannot stress enough the importance of loving yourself. And please take out all that negativity. Like I said, yes, if you want to look at some celebrity stuff, that's your business, fine. But if it is to a point where you can't grow or anything with celebrity, no matter what it is, first of all, celebrity is, no one's better than you. So don't put someone's life above yours. That's one. Like, please don't do that. But if it's bringing you down and you don't feel uplifted, then take it out of your life. You got to take it out of your life. You got to use the tool right. If you're not using it right, it's not going to work for you. And like I said, when it comes to money, with the way I approach social media now with this mindset of success and growth, is the same way I look at money. It's the same thing with money. If you're not doing good with money, it's the same things. It's just like if you have bad habits, you're not going to grow. You're not going to be able to create generational wealth if you're not good with money. It all takes discipline. Everything starts with us. Everything's discipline. Everything's discipline, y'all. So just know that. Just know it's discipline. And you have what it takes to be the best. Always be the best. So be the best. And more on as far as, with Black women and the skin bleaching that I've seen, not just Black women, but any woman doing it. Trust me, God made no mistakes. God made no mistakes whatsoever when he made you. So, for those that are doing that, it really breaks my heart, because you don't understand the facts of how damaging racism and evil racism really is, and how it's so embedded into your soul and your spirit when you do that. Even if the skin creams didn't damage your organs, which they do, because the damaging effects later on, you're changing your melanin. Of course, that's gonna hurt you. But it's like we've been so corrupted, racism and slavery. It's just so corrupted to believe that Black is not beautiful, and dark-skinned Black in particular is not beautiful, and that is far from the truth. It pains me so much to know that this happened, and just families telling dark girls, Black girls, you're not beautiful, don't go outside, don't play in the sun because you become darker, or the family members mistreating you because of the color of your skin, and you're not light enough, you need to be lighter, and your hair texture is too nappy. Look at your hair. Oh, you need a perm, or you need all of these things. You're not enough. And unfortunately, because it's generational, be passed down from slavery. It's passed down that we will believe it. We believe my hair is too unruly, nappy. My skin is too dark. I am not pretty. My nose is too wide. My lips are too big. Really? Because when you see other races doing it, they want the full lips. They want your big butts. They want all those. So why is it when they do it, it's okay, but when we are born with it, it's a problem? You see that? So that's why slavery was the first thing. The first slave masters, you know what they first got? They made sure they had psychologists on hand, because the first way you can get someone into slavery is in their mind. That's what Frederick Douglass said. It's psychological. It's in your brain. So if you're imprisoned in your mind, you're done for. But on the other side, if you know you are a king or a queen and a princess, all of those things, and you walk with that and you believe that and you know that, oh man, you got that fire on inside you. You're going to light everything up in a beautiful way. You're going to make things better for other people, because you know that you were created from greatness, and you know no one is better than you, and you know that you will do what is right. You will live your life to do what is right. And that's why this podcast is here. That's why I believe God created me. One of the reasons that he created me is to help put good in the world, to help uplift people, and to let us know we are all one. It's the human race, not by color or skin. And that in order for this thing called life to work, we got to be in it together. And it takes addressing the ugly stuff first. And one of the ugliest things by far is racism. In particular, racism against Black people, my people, which is just, I don't care what racism it is. Racism itself is evil. It's disgusting. But we know historically it has been African-American people, dark-skinned people. So it's just, but that's all under not feeling you're enough, and you're more than enough, So, yeah. And for women, when you're with guys telling you're not prettier enough, and your butt's not big enough, and all this stuff, and maybe you need to change this because they're looking at IG and believe that's reality. Don't pay any. Get that out of your life. Okay, get all of that out of your life. Don't ever let anyone validate you by anything. But anything, no one should validate you at all. No one should be able to judge you. Don't ever let anyone degrade you. Don't let anyone grade them by their own validation or what their own system of what needs to be and what can't be. Don't ever let that happen. I'm a woman, and I know what it feels to be a woman. And I know sometimes we could be very hard on each other, and that it can be difficult sometimes. But I want you to know that and believe you are enough. You are more than enough. I love you. I want the best for you. Give love, be love, As women, another thing we do, and it's natural as far as competition, things like that, but it's competition towards what and towards who. And sometimes as women, and Black women in particular, we are very competitive with each other, and that needs to stop. Do not allow yourself to compete with each other. Compete with who you were yesterday, not the woman next to you. And if another woman, wants to make you feel inferior, first of all, if you give someone your power to make someone feel that they're superior to you, then you've let them win. Don't let that happen. You are superior because you were created from greatness, and that person as well is created from greatness. But your actions will speak otherwise based on what you do and what you don't do. If you're hurting other people, then and intentionally, you're not a good person. Like, don't do that. It's terrible. But that competition, it's not. You have to grow from that. And when you see someone that feels that that's the way of being, remind them, help them, show them that that's not the way. Because it's portrayed for us to be that way, competitive with each other and talking down to each other, not uplifting each other. No, you got to nix that. Help people. And some people don't realize that they need help. And then you step away. But be that example by doing what's right. Know what is right and be good to yourself and be good to others. You should always ask yourself, why are we allowing others to tell us what's for us? Who knows better than us than we do? Don't let other people tell you about you. You learn about you and you. Love all of you. Okay. And we all things we need to work on, but I definitely want you all to grow from it. And, because I believe in you and God believes in you. So, I just want to break down the notion that you're not enough, that word. So when you think about when in your life is making you feel this way, really dig deep about that, all of this. And do you feel enough? Are you too hard on yourself? How often do you compliment yourself? Really think about that. How often you be like, I look cute today. Wait, you know what I mean? How often do you do something nice for yourself, such as pampering or things like that? And how often do you reflect on who you are as a person, what you need to improve on, to grow? Not physically, internally. And then you can get to physically, but whatever goals you have, how often do you do that? And, just as women, we need to bond with each other more. Not on the phony stuff. Let's nix the phony. Let's just, no competition. Be there for each other. The human race, we got to hold each other down. We need to bond with each other much more. I mean it. Eliminate this competition, this false competition. We shouldn't tear each other down. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say it. Don't be posting it on social media. I'll let them know. You know what I mean? No, be old school. If you don't like, old school was like, they didn't do that. They say things in a way that if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. But don't tear people down. A lot of people have a lot of trauma. There's a lot of trauma. And if you have trauma, please get the support that you need. If you need to seek professional help, do so. I'm not a doctor. I'm not. But as a woman, I know what it is to be a woman. And I want us to be empowered, all of us. And, like I stated before, that we are all royalty. I believe that. I know that because we create from greatness. So I know. Remember, I said knowing. And we are the ones that, we built nations. So come on now. We built worlds. So what I'm saying is it's true. So that's why we should not rule our universe, because we have all the stars that live in us. All the galaxy live within us. All of that. God put that in all of us because we give life. So life comes from us. So if life comes from us, the universe is in you. Deep stuff. I'm getting deep, y'all. It's true. So, I just be love, empowerment, and just be really, really good to each other. Be good to each other. And I'm so passionate about all of the topics, but, as a woman, this really hits home because I'm a woman. And I want all women to really love each other, because if you're a strong woman and you love yourself, you can give that to your children, the next generation coming up. But if you don't do that, then it's not going to be that. It's going to be the negative. And then they're going to get it from social media. They're going to get it from the negativity. They're going to get it from places they shouldn't be getting it. So you need to be telling your children, the young generation, you were beautiful, you were smart, you were intelligent, you can be anything you want, all of that. If you weren't raised with that, start doing it. Start doing it. Build up the children, build up the youth, because it starts with them. I'm almost 40. I'm 40. I say I'm 40, But it starts with doing what's right. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Pay attention to your youth. Listen to them. Don't ignore them. Sometimes some adults I got my own thing going on. Okay, your job is to help. You're a parent. Or if you're not a parent, whatever, you have a responsibility. Do something with it. I take that very seriously. So should you. Remember, human race. So I got some homework. I gave some questions, but I got some homework. And how as women we can help each other much more is do something maybe you're not used to doing. And I asked you, try to compliment. I try to aim high. I'm trying to, work with myself. So I'm aiming high. Compliment at least 5 women that you don't know. Or maybe you know, but someone that you usually don't compliment. Say something nice. I know it's hard for you to do. It can be sometimes for all of us because we're in a world that's saturated with negativity so much. But I want it to be the opposite because there's a lot of positivity. There's a lot of beauty. Silence all your negative thoughts and say something nice. And I also want you to stand in front of the mirror. And I know I said it before. For 7 days straight, stand in front of the mirror. And I want you to say things like, exactly, the things about your body. And starting with, I love my, name all your parts, all of it. I love my laugh. I love my hair. I love when you're doing exercises and, when you're doing your exercises and they say that power pose, I want you to put your hands on your hips too, because that's powerful. So stand with that power pose in the mirror, look yourself dead in the mirror and say, I love my nose. I love my lips. I love my skin. I love my hair. I love my laugh. I love my mole. I love whatever it is. Say it. I love my stretch marks. Even if you don't, just say it, because those positive affirmations will change your psyche, change your mindset. So I want you to do that. Do it. Do it for 7 days. Do for entire Monday through Sunday. It doesn't have to start on Monday. Okay, if you do it on Wednesday, whatever day, but 7 days straight, please do that. Because speaking words, again, you create words, you create worlds by the words that you speak and your mindset. Want you to do it because you do it. It's the enough topic is really like, it's I'm telling you, it weighs heavy on my heart because I know it just sucks. I hate it. You're just so beautiful. And, as a woman, I make sure I compliment women all the time. I'm like, if I see a woman that's really attractive, I'm like, you look pretty, She does. She looks nice. When I was in retail, I've been in retail for customer service 20 years, and I will go up to so many women. And if anything, I would talk to so many people all the time, which I love to do. Obviously, I'm on a podcast, duh. But, I would get so much advice from so many customers. I'm like, oh my God, girl, I love your bag. Oh girl, where'd you get that hair product? I would talk for days. I've met so many customers and I've built so many friendships from just talking to people, just talking, chopping it up. And a lot of the women that I've become friends with, all walks of life, all religions, all colors. I'm not lying to you. I'm talking to women that are not, you're like, oh, they're almost some, no. And I don't even care about that. I care about your heart. I care about how you treat people. But all walks of ages, races, religions, doesn't matter. We're all one people. I love it. And I learned so much. And it helped me. It helped me grow and helped me overcome myself. But just giving those compliments and listening, it's just a great skill. It's a great skill. But I want you to just go up to women and the 5 women that you can in a week and compliment them, as well as in the mirror, give yourself those compliments, and starting with, I love my, and then you finish it off and do that for 7 days straight. But just love yourself, take up activities that build up your spirit, take something up that is going to make you, help you grow. That's what you need to do. Build things that are going to build your spirit up. They're going to build you up, make you better. And also as women, another thing is you have to learn how to defend yourself. You have to know how to, I like to say physical muscle, spiritual muscle and physical muscle. You got to be able to have that. And as women, I believe you should know how to do a lot of things. My father raised us right. My parents, very, very progressive, the best parents ever. You got to know how to defend yourself. You got to know how to change a tire. You need to know how to negotiate. You need to know that you are powerful, you are beautiful, but you need to be able, most importantly, look yourself dead in the eyes and say, I love myself and I am beautiful and I'm worth it. I'm worth it. I'm more than enough. And I come from greatness. You need to give love, be love. We're queens. We got to show these little princesses, these baby queens, what it's like to be, how special and beautiful they are, and what a great time it is to be born. Yes, there's so much injustice. And unfortunately, that's what it's been. But there's also a lot of good. and it's up to us to teach the next generation coming up, and also teach ourselves and learn from each other, and to be the best, and to grow. So I love you all. You were all Wonder Womans to me. It's a wonder to be a woman. It's wonderful to be a woman. You were all wonderful to me, and this is to all of you. Just be your best. We got a lot on our backs, but you gotta, remember I said pamper yourself. Get a massage, get yourself getting cute, because you are beautiful. You're not cute. You're beautiful. Get your nails done, get your hair done, all of those things. When they say, if you look great, you feel great, it's true. And that's not on a superficial thing. It's just like, yo, I like the way I'm looking. Yes, you were beautiful. I don't care what other people have told you. They are whack. Remove them out of your life. You're amazing. All right? So love you all. Want the best to the world, to all the women of the world. Thank you so much for listening and being present. Like Marcus Aurelius said, be grounded and present. My mother and I were talking about that yesterday. So she is a queen, my mighty queen. Love her so much. I aspire to be like her every day because she is the best of the best. And, it's another thing. Take some mentors. Surround yourself with people that you can look up to. It's very important. I look up to my parents. They'll always be my heroes, which will be my next episode. Okay, just so y'all know, episode 15. But God willing. But, surround yourself with people you can learn and grow from. It's another thing. So no competition. You're your only competition. Your competition is to to improve on who you were yesterday. That's your competition, not other women, not other girls. We got to nix that. So disgusting. I hate it. But on a positive note, I love you. I want the best for you. Be great. Remember, y'all, all we had is now. So please be good to each other, and please make it count. Always make it count. And just live every day as if it's your last. Give love, be love, bring peace and harmony everywhere you go. All right? Thanks for checking me out. Thanks. Bye.